Hey guys, let's talk about this episode. Um, I hated it. It was very melancholic and sad. Um, Pensive sadness is how I would describe this episode. But it left me angry. Um, yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad at this case. I'm mad at the group of people who live by a no snitch lifestyle. It's hard for me to have sympathy for Davon. It's hard for me to have sympathy for RJ. I think the only people I have sympathy for in this case is Charles, his wife, and their other daughter, and Charles's mother, who was in the car when the shooting happened. I think that in Davon's case, it's very slippery. There's nothing here. They really didn't have anything to get him on other than the fact that he was picked out of a lineup. Even after initially he wasn't picked out at all. And I think there's something to be said about that, but what it is, I can't articulate. I think that the fact that this John character made a tip or gave a tip about seeing him running away with a gun before being charged with robbery, assault, and kidnapping, just to kind of save his own ass, is downright despicable, honestly. It's just annoying. This whole case is just annoying. But I think there's something to also be said about Davon's character and about his kind of loyalty to his gang, and how he doesn't feel remorse and how he doesn't feel regret. He doesn't say sorry. I don't know. I thought it was really aggravating to hear him say that even if he did see a shooting or a crime being committed, that he would not help the police in any sort of way in their investigations, because that would make him, quote, feel less like a man, which is just, you are less than a man if that's how you feel. Sorry, it made me very angry. I think that in RJ's case, he stepped up and he did the right thing, trying to protect that baby and trying to save that baby. But ultimately he was overcome with fear of retribution, and thus leading to his pre-verification on the stand, which also just made me want to slam my head into a wall. I don't know if anyone else felt that way, but to live your life in fear of being hunted down because you helped the justice system is just not any sort of way that I would want to live my life, personally, at all. But if that's their prerogative, that's their discretion. So I guess it's a matter of how you live. It's a cultural thing. It's just how you kind of live your life when you have family who's grown up in gangs, who have friends who are in gangs, and it's just, you're plagued with that, with the lesson of if you snitch, you will be killed. And it is just so inherently stupid that people can look at other human beings and think, well, if you tell on me, I'm going to shoot you, or I'm going to kill you, or I'm going to hurt someone that you love. And I mean, I don't understand how we can look at other human beings as prey, but in the realm of gangs, I mean, that's all it is just predatory, and it's to each their own, and they do what they do and don't need to be questioned for anything. And it's just a disgusting way to live your life. And after RJ was being he seemed very defeated on the stand, you could just tell that the judge got so angry with him. And I would have done the same thing if I were her. I mean, showing the picture of this baby who was already deceased, and just kind of hearing him break down and kind of just hang his head, was just kind of something to be said about, you know, his want to speak, but he stayed silent because of his fear of retribution, and the judge said that to him directly. And she also noticed that during these public hearings, I mean, there were gang members who would sit in the back of the courtroom and just wait for him to spill his guts, and he didn't. And I mean, good on him for keeping himself safe, but like, at what cost? At the cost of a child? It's just it's disgusting. I don't know. And then I just think that gang violence is just such a gray area for police in the first place. Because, I mean, you go to some of these neighborhoods as a police officer, and you just being there is unsafe. I know plenty of cases where police officers are just patrolling areas and they were shot as they were patrolling because they were a marked police car. And it's terrifying. And I mean, like, we hear in the beginning the police chief say that we've had enough marches. We've marched enough. We need people to go out and do something. But the people who can do something live by this rule of don't snitch or you will die. And it's like, well, what? That's not an equation. That's not an equation that equals any sort of justice. Retributive justice is just as bad as crime as murder in the first place. And towards the end of the episode, I honestly got a little choked up hearing Charles say that he knows that he can go get him. He knows who did it, and he knows that he can go get him. But then he will be on the run. And I mean, I've experienced that in my own life with my own grief, and, you know, wanting that justice back, and, you know, the person not getting what they deserved after hurting me or hurting this family in this case. And, you know, wanting to do it so bad, but knowing that it is not going to fix what's broken, and it is not going to heal any of the pain that this family is feeling. And he says that directly, that no one wants this pain. And I think that is so mature. Yeah, I think that he was very emotionally intelligent and just all around a beautiful human being. I think that the fact that this all happened because of a gambling incident, and these three men were on the hunt for a white 2000s Oldsmobile Aurora, and then found Charles's 2001 white Oldsmobile Aurora, and just immediately started shooting. Even after one of the men in the car said, "That's not it, that's not it." someone started shooting anyways. And this case is just the epitome of wrong place, wrong time. And it's terrible how many cases like this just flood the justice system, and how hard it is for justice to be served when no one will say a word. I'm mad. Goodbye.